Venus and Adonis, stanza 11 to 20. Line by line explanation. Stanza 11, lines 61 to 66. Text, open quote, full gently now she takes him by the hand, a lily prisoned in a jail of snow, or ivory in an alabaster band. So white a friend engirt, so white a foe. This beauteous combat, willful and unwilling, showed like two silver doves that sit a-billing. Close quote. Explanation. Line 61, Venus now softens her approach and gently holds Adonis's hand. Line 62, his hand is compared to a lily trapped in snow, extreme whiteness and purity. Line 63, another simile, ivory surrounded by alabaster, again stressing beauty and delicacy. Line 64, two equally white hands, Venus lover and Adonis reluctant. Line 65, their struggle is called a beauteous combat, Venus willing, Adonis unwilling. Line 66. Outwardly, they look like two doves kissing, though inwardly they are not united. Key idea, appearance of harmony versus reality of resistance. Stanza 12, line 67 and 72. Text, open quote. Once more the engine of her thoughts began. O fairest mover on this mortal round, would thou wert as I am, and I a man, my heart all whole as thine, thy heart my wound. For one sweet look thy help I would assure thee, though nothing but my body could redeem thee. Close quote. Explanation. Line 67, Venus restarts her persuasive arguments. Line 68, she calls Adonis the most beautiful being on earth. Line 69, she wishes their genders were reversed. Line 70, she imagines her heart wounded with desire as his is untouched. Line 71, she would offer help for one loving glance. She offers her body as payment, very bold sensuality. Theme, gender role reversal and erotic persuasion. Stanza 13, lines 73 to 78. Text, open quote, who sees his true love in her naked bed, teaching the sheets a whiter hue than white, but when his sleeping conscience hath a dead, will move his heart and take her hence unright? Even as the sun with purple-colored face had ta'en his last leave of the weeping morn. Close quote. Explanation, lines 73 to 74. Venus argues that no man would leave his beloved lying naked beside him. Line 75, only a man with a dead conscience could do so. Line 76, she accuses Adonis of unnatural restraint. Line 77 to 78, she circles back to the sunrise imagery, emphasizing missed opportunity. Argument, Venus uses shame and social expectation to persuade. Stanza 14, line 79-84. Text, open quote, O pity, gan she cry, flint-hearted boy, 'tis but a kiss I beg, why art thou coy? I have been wooed as I entreat thee now, even by the stern and direful god of war, whose sinewy neck in battle near did bow, who conquers where he comes in every jar. Close quote. Explanation, line 79, Venus begs for pity, calling Adonis cruel. Line 80, she minimizes her request, it's only a kiss. Line 81, she reminds him she herself has been wooed. Line 82, even Mars, the god of war, wooed her. Line 83 to 84, Mars is powerful, undefeated, yet Venus yielded. Contrast, if Mars desired her, why does a mortal refuse? Stanza 15, lines 85 to 90. Text, open quote, I me, she says, how much a fool was I to be of such a weak and silly mind, to wail his death who lives and must not die till mutual overthrow of mortal kind. For he being dead, with him is beauty slain, and all his grace in one grave left behind. Close quote. Explanation, line 85-86, Venus blames herself for foolish emotions. Line 87 to 88, she exaggerates, Adonis must not die, or humanity ends. Line 89, if Adonis dies, beauty itself dies. Line 90, all grace would be buried with him. Extreme hyperbole to elevate Adonis. Stanza 16, lines 91-96. Text, open quote, then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold its bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, being once displayed, doth fall that very hour. Close quote. Explanation, line 91-1 to 92, Venus warns against youth rejecting love. Line 93 to 94, women are compared to roses. Line 95 to 96, once a rose blooms, it quickly fades. Theme, transience of beauty and time. Stanza 17, lines 97 to 1 and 2. Text, open quote, then woo thyself, be of thyself rejected, steal thine own freedom, and complain on theft. Narcissus so himself forsook, and died to kiss his shadow in the brook. Close quote. Explanation, line 97 to 98. Venus sarcastically says Adonis should love himself. Line 99 to 100, he will become his own enemy. Line 101 to 102, she warns him with the myth of Narcissus, who died loving his reflection. Mythological warning, self-love leads to destruction. Stanza 18. Text, open quote, torches are made to light, jewels to wear, dainties to taste, fresh beauty for the use, herbs for their smell, and sappy plants to bear. Things growing to themselves are growth's abuse. Close quote. Explanation. Line 103 to 105, everything has a natural purpose. Line 106, beauty exists to be shared and enjoyed. Line 107 to 108, unused growth is wasted potential. Argument, nature demands fulfillment. Stanza 19, lines 109 to 114. Text, open quote, hadst thou but bid beware, then he had spoke and warned thee of the lurking serpent's sting. But thou didst trust and trusted with thy look that which hath been betrayed to thy undoing. Close quote. Explanation. Line 109 to 110. Venus claims she would have protected him. Line 100 and 112. She presents herself as a guardian figure. Line 113-114. His innocence may lead to self-destruction. Irony. Venus poses as protector while endangering him. Stanza 20, lines 115 to 120. Text, open quote, who sees his love but with a loving eye, can judge of love but truly from his sight. Never did passenger in summer's heat come to the shade and sit there till he slept. Close quote. Explanation, line 150-116, only those who love can understand love. Line 170-18, a tired traveler naturally seeks shade and rest. Line 190-120, love is natural refuge, not something to flee. Closing thought, Venus equates love with comfort and necessity. Summary of stanza 11 to 20. Venus softens persuasion, emotional, philosophical. Love versus chastity debate deepens. Mythological warnings, Narcissus, Mars. Nature and time used as arguments. Adonis still resists.